Hey guys, welcome to PTE NAATI. This is Mohit. Today's video is about read aloud, how to speak a read aloud so that you can get a perfect score for your read aloud. Now, this video is for everyone, whether you're giving PTE Academic or PTE Core, you can watch this video because this is how you have to do read aloud. Before I start this video, I want to share that if you're after PTE academic coaching or PTE core coaching, or if you want the coaching for NAATI, whether it is Hindi, Punjabi or Gujarati, you can always contact us. You can message us on Instagram or Facebook. Simply search for PTE NAATI, or the links to Instagram and Facebook is in the description below. You can use those links, contact us, talk to us, chat with us, and then we are more than happy to help you. We also have a WhatsApp contact number, which is again in the description below. You can always message our admin there, and then we as teachers are more than happy to have a conversation with you so that we can guide you how we will be able to help you to clear these exams in your first attempt, whether it is PTE or NAATI. Now, let's start this video about read aloud. So the first things first, I want to keep it very simple. Let's not complicate read aloud a lot. First of all, please speak the entire read aloud and do not go into any shortcuts, okay? Why? Because these days Pearson is very careful. They have fixed so many things in the past, right? You know how describe image got fixed, and if you just go there and speak a template, your answer gets flagged, and then the human being is now checking your response. The same thing is happening for retell lecture in PTE Academic, where if you again go and speak a lot of template and there is not much content, again your response is getting flagged, right? So we want to make sure that we don't get into a habit that is going to cost us a lot, right? So let's not get into any shortcuts and do something which is the right thing to do so that we can get our scores in our first attempt. Now, for example, this read aloud, okay? This, the one that you see on your screen. Now, there are three things I have to be careful of, that I need to have a balance of what? Fluency, pronunciation, and content. I need to be careful with all three. Now, what is fluency? Fluency means to speak fluently without hesitating, right? Now, the best thing to do is whenever, let's say, you are talking with someone in your first language, okay? Record yourself. Don't record anybody else, obviously. Record only yourself. Maybe record yourself for a minute or two. Now, once you have finished that recording, listen to your audio when you were speaking in your first language with anyone. And when you listen to yourself speaking in your first language, that is called a perfect fluency. When you speak in your first language, you don't hesitate. You don't have to think a lot when you speak. You don't take a pause after every word or after every second word, right? You're very naturally taking pauses where you want to breathe. But it's not that you take a pause after every word. So that is a very fluent way of speaking. Fluency doesn't mean that you speak like a robot and you speak so fast that the computer doesn't even understand that what you've spoken. That is not good fluency. Fluency means to speak fluently with a normal speed, not very fast speed, and without unwanted pauses, meaning without hesitations, okay? Second thing, pronunciation. Now, pronunciation doesn't mean accent. Anybody with any accent in this world can get a 90 each in PTE. So you do not need to create an accent like someone else. Just be yourself, be natural. You don't need to create a fake accent in order for you to impress the computer and show that you can communicate. No, communication has nothing to do with any accent in this world. Just speak naturally with your original accent and you will be fine. Pronunciation means clarity. Whatever you speak should be clear. Computer should be able to understand every word you speak. That includes your plural words where you have S at the end. Those sounds need to be clear. That includes your past tense words, the ones that have ED at the end, D at the end. Those sounds need to be clear, especially the long words, like, for example, monotonous. It's a long word. So the best thing to do is to break it in the middle, monotonous, instead of saying monotonous. Don't do that. Break it in the middle so that you can speak it clearly, okay? Like prolonged. So I would say prolonged. After pro, there's a little quick gap that I've taken so that I can speak it properly, prolonged, right? So these are the things that one need to be careful of. And if you want a good score in pronunciation, Open your mouth big so that whatever you speak is clearly understandable by the computer. The last one is content. Now, content simply means read whatever is on your screen without making any changes. If there's something in the bracket, read it. If there is anything in the paragraph, we need to read it from first word till the last word, every single word, the way it is given without making any changes. And if we are careful of these three parameters, we get a perfect read aloud. Now, when you're preparing your read aloud, don't prepare it in mind. Actually speak and prepare like this. When life on Earth is relatively new, geologically speaking, the ingredients that combine to form it must be much older than once thought. Be much older than once thought. The simplest amino acid, carbamic acid, could have formed alongside stars or planets with interstellar ices. Interstellar ices. The findings could be used to train deep space instruments like the James Webb Space Telescope to search for prebiotic molecules in distant star-forming regions of the universe. Now, this is called preparation. Preparation means repetition. You speak it once, but the moment you feel that there is something that can be a challenge, that can be a problem, repeat it multiple times. Make sure your brain is aware of that word. Interstellar, prebiotic. These words need to be repeated. We can't just quickly read it once and then wait for our beep sound so that we can start answering. That's not the right thing to do. And then when you actually start speaking, this is how you speak. When life on Earth is relatively new, geologically speaking, the ingredients that combine to form it might be much older than once thought. The simplest amino acid, carbamic acid, could have formed alongside stars or planets with interstellar ices. The findings could be used to train deep space instruments like the James Webb Space Telescope to search for prebiotic molecules in distant, star-forming regions of the universe. Now, when I read this paragraph, first things first, I read it at a normal speed. If I read like this, while life on Earth is relatively new, geologically speaking, the ingredients that combine to form it might be. This is robotic. I need to take pauses so that I can breathe. And the best places to take pauses so that your pauses sound very natural are punctuations like comma, full stop, semicolon, colon, such places. Okay, those should be your priority. Now, if there is a sentence which is extremely long, lengthy, and you feel that there is no punctuation that you see and you want to take a pause because you want to breathe, it is okay to take pauses at connectors like and, because, such places. Or you can also take pauses at prepositions, articles. Those places are good places to take pauses because that then your pause will sound very natural. You can do that. There is no rule by Pearson that you have to take pauses at those words, but if you take pauses at those words, that is a very natural way of taking a pause, and when you speak naturally, you always get a great score. Okay, so what you need to focus on when you were listening to my audio is, first, I was speaking at a natural speed with my original accent. I was taking pause at commas and full stops so that I could breathe, and there were one or two extra places where I wanted to take pause because I wanted to breathe, which is absolutely fine to do. But that also doesn't mean that I take a pause after every second word or third word. Like, while life on Earth is relatively new, geologically speaking, the ingredients that combined to form it might, but all these things, that is hesitation. That is too many pauses that we can't do. I was keeping my mouth open and stressing on words which were difficult so that the computer can understand what I'm trying to say, right? And then, in regards to content, from the first word till the last word, I said at it as it is. Now, when you're preparing these things, you need someone to review your work. Like, you've done your read aloud, but if you rely on yourself and you just do some self analysis, that okay, I think this is wrong, that is wrong, that is not good. You need a teacher who will listen to your audio and tell you that this is the problem and this is how you fix it. And that's what we do. We have a personal Telegram group for every student. We never give group feedbacks. We always create a personal Telegram group for every student. In that group, we have that student, Manmohit, and myself. So two teachers are there, and that student is there. Now, every student has their personal study plan. They are exactly aware of what work they need to do and post it in their group every single day. If I talk about speaking, they exactly know how they have to post their audios in that group, because we will listen to their audios, we will go through their work every single day, all 7 days a week, and we give them one-on-one personal feedback. And that's how our students get their desired score. No matter how many videos you go through, how many classes you go through, how many times you give the exam, but if you are not taking feedback for the practice you do, it is impossible to clear the exam in your first attempt. Very few people can do it, but most of the crowd will not be able to do it. You will be giving your exam multiple times, wasting your hard-earned money, wasting your precious time, because you're not doing the right thing, and that is taking feedback for the work, for the practice that you're doing. And if you do the right thing, you get results quicker without wasting your money and time. I hope it did make sense. You can always contact us. As I said, on Instagram, Facebook, we have a WhatsApp number. Talk to us. We are more than happy to have a conversation with you and tell you how we will help you to clear your exam in your first attempt. Thank you so much. God bless all of you, and I'll see you next time.